Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? This is your man, Juhahn. This is the Winner's Circle. This is 50.com. Man, we're here to talk about this movie. BET Plus does it again. Too Many Christmases. And we're talking about my girl, Porscha, Denzel, Whitaker, a couple determined to spend their Christmas together, but they got to find a way to celebrate it on both sides of the fence. And do they make it? You're going to have to watch and find out. But right now, we have the amazing Porscha Coleman, Juhahn Jones, Ratoya Banks, Deshaun Bowens, and of course, Johnath Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the cast of Too Many Christmases to the stream.
Thank you.
Listen, we were having so much fun backstage. I'm so excited for all of y'all. Let me just tell y'all right now, because I've been changing my tune. For all my sisters here, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anything stop y'all from doing what y'all doing, and make sure that you live authentically in your Black girl magic. And for my brothers, listen, I love you because we don't tell each other that we love each other enough. So with that said, Miss Porscha, you are one of the leads in this show. I love the chemistry between you and Denzel. What was it like filming this movie and making this thing happen with a bunch of actors who are dope in their own right, who we are going to fall in love with as the years come? Because I know that y'all are just filled with so much talent. It was just a blessing to watch all of y'all. But I'd like to start with you. How was it?
Oh my gosh, it was one of the best sets I think I've ever been on. Initially, like I said, I heard about the movie. I got a call directly for the movie, and it was like, you're coming to Beacon, New York. And I was like, where? Huh? Never heard of Beacon. Never knew about Fishkill. That's where we take this movie, in Fishkill. And I was elated to be there with people that some of them I knew. I've known Juhahn for many, many years. I also worked with the director Kenny Young before on another Christmas movie. So it already felt like home. And I just think magically we all fell into such place. Me and Denzel, like the first day we went to Walmart like we were a couple. We hung out, we went to eat, we did everything like that a couple would do. And even all of us on weekends we were together. We were going to restaurants, we went to a 90s party. We had so much fun filming this movie that I really feel like when you watch the film you see the camaraderie, and it was real. It was not fake. Everybody had a vibe and such an energy that we all brought to make this collaborative effort of a movie. So shout out to casting, shout out to Pierre, Worldwide Media Entertainment, for really bringing this bunch of people together that just completely, to me, felt like home in the middle of spring for a Christmas movie. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience.
Deshaun, I want to ask you. The movie opens up without giving us away, and we're confronted with a situation that allows us to talk about change and how times are changing, and how we have different sets of perspectives based on what generation you come from. How important was it to push that perspective in this movie so we get an appreciation for the generations that we see in this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I really thank God because of that. The script clearance, like that was an amazing script. So when you're handed like something like that, and then you're like given that kind of responsibility, I definitely prayed a lot. I was like, Lord, just please let me do this how it should be done. But um, with doing that, I knew that there was a certain responsibility there that had to be carried. And it's also like a hard thing because a lot, being in the community and having grown up and had very similar experiences with family members, and only wishing that, like, when I was younger, I wish I had saw something like this to be like, oh yeah, well, he did it, so I can do that too. So I really appreciate being able that this film is able to show that, no matter the age gap or the generational gap, that at the end of the day, it really is just about love and acceptance. And you can, while having traditions, you can make new traditions. At the end of the movie, a whole new tradition is even made by time, without giving too much away. There is change can be good,
It absolutely can. Johnath and Juhahn, now y'all are some of the most funniest cats that I know, young cats doing it. And there's a part, I wish people I hope that they watch this, but there's something about the barbershop that allows us to let our head down and have conversations. Women have it in the hair salons, but for us, that is our church. That is our locker room. You guys had fun in the barbershop, and there's a scene there that really had me cracking up. But how was that chemistry, Johnath and Juhahn, for y'all to be with, Denzel, who's been doing this? He's been at this for some time now, and y'all are dope in your own right. But when you come together with someone who's a veteran, it allows you. I just saw the both of y'all just elevate to a different level that I've seen. Johnath, I want to start with you first.
Dope. As you see, it translated well on screen. You know what I'm saying? But I think also we were blessed to have done that scene last. Like Juhahn and I, that was our last day of filming when we did that. So we had already had like 2 weeks of just building, that like relationship and just bugging out the entire time. So that way, when it was time to shoot that, which is one of the most fun scenes, I'll just let him have it. I'll just let him have it. And Juhahn, he ain't scared of rising to the bar. So if you set the bar here, he gonna go here, and that makes me want to go here. So we just going off every take. We just getting wilder and wilder.
Juhahn, for you, brother, you are this guy who has a comedic timing to him. Of course, we see the videos, we see the skits, but to be put in that box, how much bandwidth did you have to be able to bring what we know and love on social media to Too Many Christmases?
That's I love that question. I remember when I started years ago, because I started off in traditional Hollywood. A lot of people don't know my first speaking role was in a drama role. It was on The Wire, HBO The Wire. So I started off as a dramatic actor, and then when I went to LA, I got more known as a comedian, a comedic actor, transitioning to stand-up. So I always had that base, but I had to condense, because I was going with the wave of social media. So I had to condense all of myself from long form to 7 seconds. And I had friends that were like, you always seem like you were a longer form type of creator. You just had to mesh it into 7 seconds to a minute. But so getting a chance to kind of like do that on set is every opportunity I get is beautiful. Even the stuff I create on my own is longer form now, because that's just where I started at. But just being on set, like Johnath said, we had the chemistry. We were there. I've known Denzel for a while too. But we had the chemistry over a couple of weeks built up, and then we just went. And it's like, and our director Kenny was like, do it. I'd like go more. And we all were looking like, what? Like even Denzel, because majority of the time he's in a dramatic tone. So even him, he was like, well, how much you want me to go? Because for a second, it's going to explode out of my parameters. You know what I mean? But I mean, Kenny knew what he was doing. He knew how to pull it back. But when you get on a set where you're able to be as free as possible, the sky is limitless. You know what I mean? And that's what you saw on screen, was just us just gelling together. And most importantly, listening to each other. Because you can get a new reaction every single take when we actually listen to each other.
It's safe to say that you no longer have to worry about Omar coming. So, Miss Banks, for you, you are in a movie with Porscha, Jackie Harry, Adele Givens, Valerie Pittifer. Like, for you, what was the thing that allowed you to walk unapologetically dope in your Black girl magic when you're on set with all of these amazing women of color?
I think me and my best friend joke around that I'm collecting these legends like Infinity Stones. But I did a show, Actor Age, which is streaming on Netflix, and it had Kim Whitley, Tisha Campbell, Yvette Nicole Brown in it. And I think doing that show, working with those legends, and Valerie Pettifer came in through there on that one. AJ Johnson came through on there. Thelma Hopkins, so many legends came through that TV show that it warmed me up for Too Many Christmases. I don't know how it would have been if I didn't have that experience before doing Too Many Christmases, but from doing that experience, I mean, you still fangirling in your head. Don't get me wrong. It's like, Jackie Harry, please, but I am able to like talk to myself in my head and be like, relax, you got this. So even working with Porscha, I'm like, Porscha in this? You know, so it was very exciting for me. But from my previous experience on Actor Age with so many legends coming through there, it did set me up for this experience.
No, that's really dope. Porscha, for you are on this journey, and I know that you are collecting all of the blessings that are coming.
Amen.
What is the takeaway for you from being in too many Christmases that you're going to take with you for the rest of your journey?
I think what I take away from doing too many Christmases is, well, for one, I've done other Christmas films for BET Plus, and this is one that I think I can say that I'm actually like starring in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my gosh, to watch how, of course, it's an ensemble cast, but to know that like I got a call directly and it's like, hey, we want to offer this to you. I think that always feels so amazing as an actor when you get offered a role. You know, you can audition, you can self-tape, but when someone says, hey, we want you for this because we believe in you, the feeling is just amazing. And I think when you pair that with a great experience on set, great friendships that you collect along the way, even after you leave, is what's so powerful. Like I've seen and like talked to everybody in different instances. Like I've talked and texted with Deshaun. You know, we have like this bond now. I look at him like a little brother almost. So like he'll even tell you like the first day on set he was nervous, and I was just like, okay, I'm a sister. What would I do if this was my little brother that was nervous in a moment? Like pep talk, even the little moments where we're like pinky promising. I was like, just naturally feel free to play around. And I think it's the relationships that you leave with after a project is done is the most powerful thing. And to know that everyone really brought their best effort to the table and to watch it when everybody else is seeing it, it brings a smile to my face. So it's an experience I'll never forget. And I'm hoping for a part 2. I keep telling Pierre, I keep telling everybody. It ended with the innuendos, like they're going to have some kids, and let's see, where all these characters end up fast forward a couple of years later. I would love to see that part happen for Too Many Christmases. So prayers up, watch it, stream it, show love, and that can happen if we are blessed enough to have it.
Well, I just want to say about Deshaun, because he's way too humble to say, and obviously at every single interview that we do, he booked this like 3 or 4 days before we started shooting, which is why he had so many nerves coming in the first day. The rest of us had known for weeks at that point, and he came in very last minute and had to figure out, sing a song in the studio, learn lines and all of that. So
it was
this cast was so I came in and I was nervous, and I was like, you can't be any more humble than walking in a room with all these people. And I immediately felt so much love that I was overwhelmed and I cried. I was like, I can't believe I'm here, but I can't believe everyone's so nice and genuine, authentic, and we're all Black. I'm like, this is the coolest. This is so cool.
Yeah, I think making the next actor feel comfortable is what's so important. And it's like, it's literally, it takes a group to make what happened on camera look like that. It takes the PAs, it takes the director, it takes the guy that's picking up a prop, moving it in the right direction. It's literally everybody that's in the arts that make these projects possible. So thank you really to our crew. That was so amazing too, to make this like a seamless process. We literally had like no hiccups. So I'm just grateful to watch it come together and let everyone see the magic that we created.
I'm glad that you said that, Porscha, because a lot of our young people feel like they have to be in front of the camera or on the stage. And there's so many jobs in the background that make the magic happen. It's one of the things I pride myself on with my program that I have, the Juhahn School of Arts, where we're teaching the young people, even when you talk about the Beyoncés of the world, she don't dress herself. She don't turn on the lights. She doesn't run the camera. She doesn't edit. She doesn't do any of these things, right? So it's important for our young people to hear what all of you are saying is, even when you are out front, there are people behind you that allow you to be the best versions of yourself to be able to make this happen. And shout out to Pierre, Worldwide Entertainment Media. When you thought that I've had enough, like how many Christmas movies do we need? How many Black Christmas movies do we need? This, to me, after watching it, I said, I never saw this perspective, right? Because when you merge families, you try to figure out how do we make this magic happen, because it's somebody's birthday in this holiday. Somebody wants you to eat their jerk chicken or their whatever mac and cheese. So everybody don't make mac and cheese and potato salad the same way, Johnath. So that we gotta go to Big Mama house because
But I think also, June, what you're saying is true, because the reason we haven't really seen it before, because we seen ourselves in this film. You know what I mean? Normally it's kind of surface level, little love story here, a little something here, but this wasn't even about that. It was really about family, and every character was somebody that you know, whether it was your uncle, your aunt, your brother, your cousin, yourself. Like you saw yourself in this thing. Like you felt like you were sitting on that couch. You felt like you was in that dinner table. And it was like a major shout out to the writer, because he killed it. Like it was Clarence. He wrote a real story that everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
And everybody's in it. Just about everybody in your family is in this movie. If you really break it down to the simply, like, no, I know Juhahn. Like, that's my cousin. Like,
everybody knows Juhahn. Everybody know him.
Yeah.
Right. I want to ask y'all this. I want to have a little fun with y'all. And I'm gonna start with you, Juhahn. I want to know your best Christmas gift ever, or did you get something from the flagrant foul aisle? What was the best Christmas gift, or
I received,
what did you get from the flagrant foul aisle?
Some best Christmas gift I've bought
that you received.
Man, Well, we got to take it back to childhood. You know, I got that gaming system. You know, that was always what the kid wanted. Between that and the bike, I remember I got that one bike that for Christmas. I saw it. It was lime green. Somebody stole that bike in my backyard. I was hurt about that. I left it in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to take y'all down childhood memory lane, but yeah, that happened. But yeah, I between the game, the Genesis or the bike.
So you didn't get like the 4-stripe Adidas thing. You were good.
No, I wasn't even really into that like that as a kid. I was like, all right, cool, you know, it'd be nice, but I was more like the gaming system and the bike was a thing. I was an active kid, should I say.
Deshaun, what was the best Christmas gift ever for you?
I think the best Christmas gift I ever got when I was a kid, I got a karaoke machine. And I could hook it up to my TV, and so the lyrics would like pop up on the TV, and I wore that karaoke machine out. Fun fact, there was the song Sweet Home Alabama that everybody goes, Sweet Home Alabama. I changed the lyrics to Sweet Home Holy Heaven. Lord Jesus, I'm coming home to you. I wore it out.
Can somebody pass a plate around, please? Think of a collection right now, Porscha. We're gonna
pass the plate.
Wow, that's pretty dope. So you've been creative then, Deshaun. I know you're a theater kid and musicals, but you've been on this journey for some time.
Oh yeah, karaoke machine. I got a video camera when I was a kid. I used to make little films with my toys and make them talk to each other and like direct them and stuff. So yeah, it's been a fun journey.
Oh, no, so you got to come over here and play with these pops, and we could make them talk and then
make some films. Stop
everybody here. We got all the actors that we need here. We got Aretha Franklin, Spike Lee. We got everybody. So we can keep the budget really low. Like
I have one of those dolls, but it's a anime character, the one that I have.
Yeah, I only got a lot of brothers and sisters. I'll just be honest, and they all in film and television. I'm just, there's a Ray Allen and there's a LeBron in here though too. But Johnath, for you, man, favorite Christmas gift ever?
I can't say my favorite, but I could definitely get my most memorable. I came from humble beginnings, okay, and I remember one year I only had one gift, and it was a basketball. But I lived right across the street from the schoolyard, so I can just go there all the time. And I remember the basketball was small and it was real nice. And every time I would go over there, even all the older dudes, the bullies and everybody, like, damn, it's a nice ball. Like who ball is this? Like, so it made me feel good because everybody wanted to play with my ball. Now, what I didn't know was that was an indoor ball. So that wasn't supposed to be played on that concrete like that.
Yeah.
But before it lost its shine, it was shining.
Come on now.
Do you think, and this is for Ratoya and Porscha, do you think we've gotten away from the essence? Like Jones just said, it was just a basketball, but to him, it might have been the world. It could have been anything that changed his life. But he feel like we're getting away from the true essence of Christmas. And is it important now more than ever to watch movies like this, to fall in love with what the season truly is all about?
Yeah, but I feel like it is, because I think all of us, we're all within like a certain age range. And I just remember being a kid, opening the Christmas present, but shaking it first. You got to shake it to see if you know what it is. And then all of a sudden you open it and have that moment. It was such an amazing feeling, because that's what you're envisioning as a kid, is opening your favorite gift. And then when you get adults, you give gifts more than you get gifts. Right. And that's the difference. And why we try to tell kids, don't grow up. Trust and believe. You have forever to be an adult. Be a kid. Stay a kid. Because I just remember always opening gifts, for Christmas. My favorite things was opening CDs. And I knew these are CDs I probably shouldn't have even had. I remember literally one year, I was like, oh, this is definitely a CD. It was Jamie Foxx's Unpredictable album. And it was Pretty Ricky, the CD. Wow. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I should have had those at that age, because the lyrical content. But fast forward all these years later, me listening to certain artists that I can now say are friends that I work with, because fast forward all the years later, I'm on a show with Jamie Foxx. I'm in a movie with Jamie Foxx, and he's a good friend of mine. So I think as a kid, you really appreciate certain things. And now kids just take it for granted. You get a little gift card or like a digital wallet card. You go buy what you want. But I just love when people would give you something and you would just have that blessing and a feeling of being a kid. And it's like, I do think kids do not have that same feeling like we used to have, because it was different. There was no cell phones, no devices, nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah.
For you, Ratoya, favorite holiday tradition. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
You know what, guys? I'm probably the minority in that my family, we weren't really big on Christmas. I think the last memory I have of us like celebrating Christmas, I maybe was like 4 or 5. And then my parents got super like religious, and they were like, this is a man-made holiday. That's not in the Holy Bible. And so then we didn't do it anymore. Like no tree, no lights, no.
Oh, they shut it all the way down.
They shut it down.
Talk about saving money.
That's what I'm talking about. Johnath, I'm like, you know how much money you save?
I might have to.
You got it on the back end. You got it on the back end, though. You got it on the back end, because she's getting her hair done now. No more just for me. Just.
I told you, just for me kills edges. Don't do it. No.
Yeah. So yeah, it's hard for me to answer some of these like specific Christmas related questions, because I don't have much experience there. My mama would cook like a huge meal, but Black people look for any excuse to eat. So it never felt just like, oh, we're having a Christmas meal and it's Christmas. It just felt like we was eating and watching TV, really.
Juhahn, I know you got a tradition, because I know that y'all probably having some stand-up routines at holiday dinners. Like, what was your favorite holiday tradition growing up?
Can he hear us?
He's on mute. He don't even know he don't even know.
Juhahn, are you hearing us? He just asked you a question.
I can tell you what he got as a tradition. He got a beat in every Christmas, because he just for this same reason.
Yeah.
So now we're going to keep the
sure
program going. For you, Deshaun, what's your favorite Christmas or holiday song or album that you play? Because you probably start playing it from like Halloween. Like you probably start right before Thanksgiving playing the holiday albums. Because I got friends like that. I'm like, really? We didn't even get Thanksgiving yet. Like, why we?
Well, what's funny is I don't know if this is if you would consider it a holiday album, but I know growing up, my mom would wear out the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. And as soon as Thanksgiving happened, she would put that CD on in the car, and I would hear the Preacher's Wife, the whole soundtrack. And I automatically just thought it was a Christmas movie. This is a Christmas soundtrack. And I was like, there aren't really any Christmas songs on this, but I count it as my favorite Christmas album, because as soon as Thanksgiving is over, to this day, I press that button. Whitney Houston is screaming and singing, everybody sing joy to the world.
Funny. That was
Johnath, how about you? Joe, you look like a Jackson 5 Christmas album kind of guy.
I mean, that's going to be in the mix. You know
Okay.
what I mean? But I'm
Don't give me
really more
Mariah
a
Carey,
soulful
Jonas.
brother.
Don't give me
You
Mariah
know what I
Carey.
mean? So that Boys to Men, you know, let it
Oh,
snow.
ooh, he got it.
Let
it.
it snow.
Uh,
But I'm not. I ain't gonna hurt nobody out here.
come on.
You
Shout
know,
out to
a man
Wanya
of many
Brian
talents.
Tiger.
Don't embarrass us.
No. I love it. The commitment, that was so good.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna commit to it now.
Committed
That
to
was
that.
good.
I just
Yeah.
need him to come in with the talking part, like, come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Let's go get wet.
Let it snow. Come on, shout out to Mike.
Underrated, but you're right.
He's right.
You can't have a group without that one dude that does the talking.
Yeah,
It
I'm
don't
saying.
work.
Without the
It
talking.
ain't the same.
From Temptations to New Edition to Boys and Men, you need that one person.
You gotta
That's
talk.
gonna drop it like it's hot
Yeah.
with Barry White. Porscha,
Yeah.
favorite song and album for you?
Oh, he nailed it. I mean, my top 3 for sure. Let It Snow, Boys to Men, Brian McKnight is iconic. The music video, just everything about it makes you feel so amazing. The Wanya ad-libs are going crazy. And to fast forward and like No Boys to Men and hear them do it live, you're like, oh my God, they sound just like the record. So definitely my number 1. And then Donny Hathaway, of course. Hang on a mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know. Like Donny Hathaway this Christmas is iconic. And then I actually like Chris Brown's version too. Like you have the old school and the new school. I love how Chris did it for, of course, the movie This Christmas. It's a classic every year. And those would have to just be my top 3 that make me feel good every year and they never get old. But I'm with you. I don't like to start Christmas music in Thanksgiving time. Like, no, let me wait till December. I don't want to start it ahead of time. I do believe Thanksgiving needs to say Thanksgiving, and then top of December, I'm like, okay, now I'll bring on the Mariah and the Jingle Bells and all of that. Yeah.
I agree with that. Listen, this has been so amazing. I just feel like I know y'all even better. I've been watching y'all. I'm praying for even more success. Before I let y'all go, what is a Christmas wish that you want to put out there that is going to make its way through 2020, 25 that you just want to put out there, whether for someone, for yourself, for your community? What is your Christmas wish this year? Ratoya, I'm going to start with you.
That's a good question. I guess in the times that we're about to go into in 2025, if you know, you know, I guess I just wish that we start showing more love to each other, and we start leading by love and showing grace to people. We never know what a person's going through at home, what they went through that day. If we just lead with love and extend grace, I think we would live in better times. And I also think Too Many Christmases is a good example of leading with love, even if it's something you don't necessarily agree with, but choosing to have love at the forefront. So I guess I just wish that we all choose to love.
I love that. Deshaun, how about you?
Bouncing off of that, I think, yes, leading with love and showing ourselves more love, along with showing other people love and gratitude, that we just remember to be grateful that we are even alive to breathe the oxygen that God puts on this earth every day, that we wake up out of our beds and that we can go to sleep. We have food to eat, a place to live, and just the small things that we can just be more grateful for.
Johnath, how about you, my friend?
Yeah, and almost piggybacking off of that is I feel like, you know, we're all maturing and you know, finding more things in life of being we're more woke, if you will. But I feel like this would be a great time to kind of find our God-given purpose. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see more people build their spiritual relationship with God, so that money is not the biggest focus, you know, career advancement is not your biggest focus. But knowing what it is that you actually put on this earth to do, what your gifts are, what your talents are, what fulfills you, and trusting that that will bring your income and your worth, and that you will be settled in those areas, but actually operating and navigating from a space of genuineness. So I would love that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Juhahn.
I would say I would really love for people to just find it in themselves to cherish your loved ones, cherish your family, cherish your friends, people close to you, just really hone in on that bond, because today's not promised, tomorrow. So just really spend that time, like everyone was saying, loving and giving people grace and giving and pouring into them, because you never know.
That's beautiful. I would say good health for sure, because health is wealth. I think people focusing on their temple and their body is super important, and your mental health. So health in general is so important, because I feel like as a culture, it's such an amazing time now how we are leaning on friends and being outspoken about mental health and just people not being okay. Like I love the fact that now as a culture, I could just say it. Black people would, black men, I don't need to talk about mental health. I don't need to focus on that because like we're good. And even black women, no, we're strong. We can do it. And I love it now how in this generation, it's okay to go on social media and talk about what you're going through for other people to come and support you. So leaning on other people, I think, is important. And I love how we're doing that now as a culture. If you're not doing okay, reach out to somebody. Just talking about it could make a world of difference. So health is wealth, mental health is wealth, because everything else will prosper. Just like everybody said, your faith, your health, your wealth, your body, your mind, everything, it has to be okay before you can vibrate that out to the world. So get you right first so you can be a blessing to everybody else.
Man, y'all just dropped some gems. I hope those who are watching or listening try to figure out what that is for you this season as you go into the new year. Forgiveness is what these amazing people are talking about. Change, grace, love, all those things are more important than just trying to chase this bag. Because you can have the bag, but guess what? If you don't wake up tomorrow, that bag don't mean nothing to nobody, because they'd rather see you here and be happy. So don't just be happy for the holidays. Remember the reason for the season. And as I always like to end, man, listen, never leave the opportunity undone to tell somebody that you love them, because it may be the last opportunity you have to do so. Porscha, Ratoya, Deshaun, Johnath, Juhahn, Pierre, he's backstage. I love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. I'm following y'all. I'm supporting y'all. And I want all of y'all out there, BT Plus, watch it. Not just today, not just tomorrow. Sit on your couch and eat something and watch it for the new year.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the cast of Too Many Christmases. And we just want to wish you a happy holiday. This is your man, June Archer, the Winner Circle. This is 50.com. Who knows? Maybe we're going to have a G-Unit Christmas special, and Pierre's going to sell that. And then they're going to have a part 2, and we're going to keep this conversation going.
I love it.
I got BMX.
Thank you, Joan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Like it, love it, share it. Watch BT Plus. Too Many Christmases. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's your man, June Archer. Peace.
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 Sir. Thank you.